Buying a house is one of the biggest financial decisions most Filipinos will ever make. Pero aminin natin, kapag narinig mo ang salitang home loan o mortgage, parang ang daming tanong at ang daming nakakalito. Sa video na to, i-breakdown natin yung home mortgages 101 for Filipinos in a very simple terms. Walang jargon at walang sales talk. Pag-uusapan natin kung paano gumagana ang housing loans, ano ang dapat mong malaman bago kumuha ng mortgage at kung paano maiwasan ang common mistakes na nagiging pabigat sa pera for decades. Kung plano mong bumili ng bahay ngayon o kahit sa future pa, importanteng maintindihan mo muna ito. So, let's start with the basics. Ano ba talaga ang home mortgage? A home mortgage is simply a housing loan that used to buy a house, condo, or even a lot. Instead of paying the full price in cash, the bank Pag-ibig helps you pay for the property and you pay them back monthly over a long period of time. The important part to remember is this: the property itself becomes the collateral. Ibig sabihin, habang hindi pa fully paid ang loan, hawak pa ng bangko o Pag-ibig ang titulo. Once you finish paying the loan, saka lang siya fully magiging sayo. Most home mortgages in the Philippines are paid over 10 to 30 years. Kaya importante talagang maintindihan mo kung pinapasok mo ang ganitong commitment. This is not just a loan. This is a long-term financial responsibility. Now that you understand what a home mortgage is, the next big question is, saan ka dapat umutang? Sa Pilipinas, may tatlong common options. Una, bank housing loans. Ito usually may competitive interest rates pero mas mahigpit ang requirements. Kailangan stable ang income mo at maayos ang records mo. Pangalawa, Pag-ibig housing loan. Ito ang pinaka-popular sa first-time home buyers. Mas mababa ang interest at mas flexible, especially for employed Filipinos and OFWs. Pangatlo, in-house financing from the developers. Madali itong ma-approve pero ingat, kadalasan mataas masyado yung interest in the long run. Walang one-size-fits-all na sagot dito. Ang tamang option ay depende sa income mo, stability, at syempre yung long-term plan or goals mo. Ang quick question ko para sa'yo, kung bibili ka ng bahay today, alin ang pipiliin mo? Bank, Pag-ibig, or in-house? Type mo na lang sa comments kung alin at kung bakit. I'll read them and reply to some of you. Next, pag-usapan natin ang isa sa pinaka-nakaka-stress na part ng pagbili ng bahay, yung down payment. Sa karamihan ng bank housing loans, kailangan mo ng around 20% ng property value bilang down payment. Sa Pag-ibig, mas mababa, usually 5% to 10%, depende sa appraisal at loan amount. Now, here's the important part. Mas mataas ang down payment, mas magaan yung buhay mo later. Bakit? Dahil mas maliit ang uutangin mo. Mas mababa yung monthly amortization at mas konti ang total interest na babayaran mo over the years. Marami nagkakamali dito. Pinipilit ang pinakamababang down payment. Tapos nahihirapan naman sa monthly for decades. Quick reminder, kung kaya mong maghintay at mag-ipon ng mas malaking down payment, kadalasan mas matalino yon. If this tip makes sense so far, hit the like button. It really helps the channel and it tells YouTube to show this to more Filipinos planning to buy their first home. Now, let's talk about something na tahimik lang pero sobrang lakas ng epekto sa babayaran mo. Interest rates. May dalawang common types na interest sa home loans. Una, fixed rate. Ibig sabihin, pareho ang interest mo for a set period. Kadalasan 1 year, 3 years, or even 5 years. Stable yan. Alam mo kung magkano ang babayaran mo every month. Walang gulat. Pangalawa, floating rate. Dito, pwedeng tumaas o bumaba ang interest depende sa market conditions. Minsan okay, minsan masakit, lalo na kapag biglang tumaas ang rates. Para sa mga beginners, madalas mas safe ang fixed rate muna, especially sa unang years ng loan. Mas mahalaga ang peace of mind kaysa sa konting tipid na pwedeng mawala bigla. The quick question is, kung ikaw ang pipili, alin ang mas importante sa'yo? Stable monthly payment or chance na bumaba ang interest? Comment mo lang, fixed or floating. I'm curious kung ano ang mas pipiliin ng karamihan. Next, let's talk about loan term or gaano katagal mo babayaran ang bahay mo. Usually, May tatlong common options, 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years. Kapag 30 years, pinakamababa ang monthly amortization. Pero dito ka pinaka malulugi sa interest over time. Sa 20 years, medyo balanse. Hindi sobrang bigat ng monthly, pero hindi rin sobrang laki ng total interest. Sa 10 to 15 years, mas mataas ang monthly payment, pero pinakamaliit ang total interest na babayaran mo. Rule of thumb, kung kaya mo ang mas mataas na monthly without stress, mas maikling long term. Long term, mas malaking tipid in the long run. Maraming bumibili ng bahay na naka 30 years dahil lang yun ang kaya sa simula. Pero hindi nila tinitingnan ang total cost after 20 or 30 years. If you know someone na planning bumili ng bahay, share mo yung video na to. This one decision alone can save them hundreds of thousands or even millions of pesos. Now, let's talk about one of the most important rules when it comes to home buying, the 30% rule. Simple lang ito, ang monthly housing cost mo, kasama ang amortization, association dues at basic maintenance, should not exceed 30% ng monthly income mo. Halimbawa, kumikita ka ng 50,000 per month, ideally hanggang 15,000 pesos lang ang total housing cost mo. Bakit importante yan? Dahil ayaw mo maging house poor. Yung may bahay ka pero wala ka ng pera para sa emergency fund, investments, o kahit konting luho sa buhay. Maraming Pilipino ang nagkakamali dyan. Pinipilit ang amortization dahil na-approve naman. Pero after a few months, ramdam na ang bigat. Approval does not mean affordability. If you find this rule helpful, hit like button. At isave mo ang video na to para mabalikan mo kapag ready ka na mag-compute ng sarili mong numbers. Next, pag-usapan natin ang madalas nakakagulat sa first-time home buyers, yung mga hidden costs. Maraming akala down payment at monthly amortization lang ang gastos. Pero in reality, may mga extra fees na kailangan mong paghandaan. Kasama dito ang mga processing at appraisal fees, insurance tulad ng mortgage redemption insurance at fire insurance, transfer taxes at registration fees para mailipat ang titulo sa pangalan mo. In total, these costs can reach around 2% to 6% ng property value. Ibig sabihin, kung 3 million pesos ang bahay, pwedeng umabot ng 90,000 pesos to 180,000 pesos ang extra cash na kailangan. Maraming deals ang nasisira hindi dahil sa monthly, kundi dahil hindi handa sa one-time costs. Quick questions. Alam ba na may ganitong extra costs before watching this video? Comment yes or no sa baba. Curious ako kung ilan ang first time lang nalaman to. Common Filipino home buyer mistakes. Ito yung mga mistakes na paulit-ulit na ginagawa ng maraming Filipino home buyers. Para hindi mo na ito maulit, unang mistake. Tingnan lang ang monthly amortization, hindi ang total cost ng bahay over 20 or 30 years. Pangalawa, walang emergency fund bago kumuha ng mortgage. Isang sakit o job issue lang, delikado na agad ang bahay. Pangatlo, minamadali ang in-house financing dahil yun ang pinakamadaling option, kahit mas mahal ito in the long term. At pinaka-common sa lahat, bumibili ng bahay dahil lang, sayang, kaya naman ng monthly, kahit hindi pa financially ready. Tandaan mo ito, ang bahay ay dapat nagbibigay ng security at hindi stress. Let me ask you this, alin sa mga mistakes na to ang madalas mong narinig? O baka nakita mo na sa ibang tao? Comment mo sa baba kung alin, or sabihin mo kung may gusto kang idagdag. I'm reading the comments. If you found this guide helpful, I want you to invite to go one step further. May ginawa akong online community for Filipinos who want to make smarter decisions about money, from buying a home to investing to building long-term wealth. To help you get started, you can access that for free. Yes, libre. Filipino Wealth Starter Kit. Sa loob nyan, you'll find practical tools like simple budget template, financially independent retire early and savings calculator, step-by-step guides, and many more. No hype, no shortcuts. Mga tools lang na talagang makakatulong sa'yo. Again, libre yan. Visit mo lang philmentors.com/free to join that community and have an instant access. And before you go, let me ask you this. What's the next financial goal you're working toward right now? Buying a home? Investing? Or building savings? Comment below. Binabasa ko yung mga comments and I try to respond to all of them. I'll see you inside the community. Now, let's talk about a question na hindi madalas sinasabi ng agents o developers. Is buying a home always the best choice? And the honest answer is, not always. Buying house makes sense only if, number 1, stable yung income mo. Number 2, plano mong tumira long term. Number 3, at kaya mo ang mortgage without stress. Pero kung hindi pa stable ang trabaho, posibleng lumipat ng city o country, o masisira ang cash flow mo kapag kumuha ka ng bahay, then sometimes renting plus investing is actually the smarter move. Rent gives you flexibility. Investing helps your money grow. And together, they can prepare you better for buying later at the right time. Ito yung tandaan mo. Buying a home too early can delay your financial growth. Buying it at the right time can multiply it. Let me ask you, if you had to choose right now, alin ang mas bagay sa sitwasyon mo? Bumili o magrenta? Comment mo sa baba. No right or wrong answer. Context matters. So here's the biggest takeaway from everything we've discussed today. A home mortgage is a tool, not a shortcut. When used correctly, it helps you build stability and security. When rushed or misunderstood, it can become a financial burden for decades. The goal is not just to own a house. The goal is to own a house without sacrificing your peace of mind, savings, and future goals. So before you buy, always ask yourself, can I afford this comfortably? Not just today, but long term? In this video, help you understand home mortgage better. Hit mo yung like button kung nakatulong tong video na to. It really helps the channel reach more Filipinos planning to buy their first home. Comment ready if you're planning to buy in the next few years, or preparing if you're still building your finances. And don't forget to subscribe sa channel na to for more simple, practical money guides for Filipinos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.